Sup everyone, hi. Hello, what is this little white marker here? What is this? Oh yeah, I was doing stuff. Hi, hello. Wow, the music ended on like the right time.
Hi, everyone. Anyway, something I must
Blah.
share. There is an O-tome where you risk poop Eichmann.
Huh.
Their names are normal poop, loose stool, hard poop.
What? There's an Otome? Oh, an Otome. Okay, I know what you're talking about. What the? Oh man, you strong? Strong? Whoa. Actually, I've been, dude, guys, I slept in so much today. I've been so tired. I'm trying to incorporate more protein into my day-to-day nutrition. So I'm trying to have better recovery days. My whole body, my legs are killing me. This is like day 4 or 5 of like consistently doing jump rope. I've been doing jump roping before bed or before I shower or straight in the mornings. Today I didn't get to do it in the morning, but I did 25 minutes yesterday or last night. So my legs are killing me. Also worked out a little bit with other stuff. Misty. But hi Dorky. Hello Phasia. Hi. Hi Taro or Mochi. Hello Mama Jude. Hi. Hi Tori. OMG and hi. Hi everybody. Pikachu. Hello. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh. But yeah. Also, thank you for the bless-yous. Thank you. Man, not the clown. Bleh. Oh, you did end up saving enough. Welcome back to the poverty point system now, though. No, oh, cute sneeze. Dude, my nose has been like crazy today. Sounds like a grenade. Worth it. Worth it. Okay, so today's plan is that we are going to be doing... Well, I mean, we're going to hang out for probably like 40-ish minutes. We'll talk and chill. And then I'm going to swap it over to reading. Probably switch it to ASMR. I have like a fireplace or a fire sound crackling that we can use for background noise. But essentially, today is a reading stream. That's what we're going to be doing. Oh my god, my nose. Also, hi, Glue. Hello. Yeah, today's a chill stream. Horror? Yeah. I would honestly read more horror stuff, but the problem is that I'm very copyright I've always been wary of it since I first started my YouTube channel years ago. So I found some public domain ones that we can use that should be able to cover the reading for today. So it should be fine. What's the book? There's a handful actually. Some of them you may have actually been read to in school. Oh wait, they randomized it. What the hell? Well, anyways, I have one called The Man Who Returned. The Man Who Returned. The Sinister Painting is one. Squaw. Oh wait, Monkey's Paw was one. It's like a really classic one, the Monkey's Paw. But I'll try, I don't think I'll read the Monkey's Paw. Monkey's Paw is the one that everyone reads in school. It's poems? Or are these poems? Well, maybe the Monkey Paw one. Paying for my therapy because of Demon Slayer. Dude, Demon Slayer, I've been keeping up with the anime. The anime is really good. The choreography and like the whole animation stuff it's insane. If you haven't seen the latest one, oh, I'm not a big fan of the song. Wait, is this my regular playlist? Oh wait, it's not. There's some songs that I liked about it. I've read all 3, I think. Can't remember if I've read them. Yeah, I know Monkey's Paw because I got that read to me, or I had to read that in school. You're having wine right now? Hope you have fun. Drink lots of water when you can. No Pillow Talk? It's a poem book? It's beautiful. Oh, the Monkey's Paw? Blah. Oh, a book I recommended is Pillow Talk. Oh, okay, I see. See, I can read. It just takes a while. Yeah. Bois. I want that keyboard. I've had this keyboard for so long. I honestly want to replace it. I've had this thing since like the last 5 years. I mean, it's a good keyboard, but I would like something more modern or smaller or compacted. It's not bad though. I want more of a soundy custom keyboard. Eats hands. Oh! Also, hi Jess. I heard keyboard when I joined. Hi Jess. Yeah, we were talking about custom keyboards. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's been a hot minute since I've made one, has it? Yeah, one of these days I'll come to you for help with making one. But I mean, it's not a necessity right now. It's not a necessity for having one. It's just like a quality of life thing. I'd buy yours to replace my Logitech one. I've had a Logitech before. Logitech's not bad. Mini with integrated mousepad. Oh, really? But looking like a spooky ghost. I haven't been outside as much this week, so I may have gotten paler. But I have been working out. It's all that matters. I don't mind being paler if it means I'm staying healthy. Nails are painted? Yeah, I did my nails. I still need to replace these two. I wasn't expecting to be crashed out today because of working out. I was very low energy. But I mean, the other black nails, or what is it? These nails are doing fine. It's the thumb and middle finger that aren't really doing the best. So I'm most likely going to redo them. No, you're good, Jess. It's too hot to be outside. Dude, I was going to wear a sweater for today, but I realized that our AC is going to turn off midstream, so it's probably not the smartest thing. It's too hot to be outside, yeah. Heat is kicking my ass. Dude, you hear in like, what's it called, in Death Valley, it reached like 130 or something? Or was it 150? I think it was 150. I don't know. Either way, very hot outside. I saw somewhere on Twitter 150, but I saw recently 130. Ow. Ow. Oh, so Lauren, hi. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Hola, hola. Deserved. Rouge. Could never. Dude, I've been seeing so much Mpreg all over Twitter. I don't know if that's just me, but I've been seeing way more of it lately, which is crazy. I know we talked about it this week, but yeah. Oh, Mr. Lotus. Mpreg is hot though. Hey, whatever you guys like. I do it more for Mimi, but it's funny. It's an algorithm. I think it's showing me for a fate. Not distracted. I just have ADHD. Same. Hi, Diane. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Man. What is Mpreg? Fresh my brain, please. Pretty sure it's just male pregnancy, but like you hold hands or something. Yeah. Help. But yeah, we are gonna have fun today. We're gonna have fun. We are going to have a fun time. Dear Vayne or Rin is pregnant. Oh yeah, the Omegaverse is what they call it. I only learned that recently. But yeah. Hey, so what has your guys' day been like? What have you eaten today? Is there anyone here who hasn't eaten? Is there anyone here who hasn't eaten? Hopefully you have. I, for myself, had chicken. I made like a plate of chicken. Had some oatmeal. And I had like 2 corn cobs. That's all I had today. Ate some Gushers. Okay. Had birthday dinner with fam earlier. Happily stuffed. Nice, Sue. Okay. Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. Nice, Sue. Did you have anything with it? Did you have anything with it?
Rin.
Hi, Viola. Hope you're doing well. Had some egg bites this morning. What are egg bites? Are those just regular eggs? I hate leaves, but I want meat. What is that, like tea? We're talking about like lettuce leaves. Fasting, don't remind me. Oh, I've been semi-fasting recently. Once stream ends, I'll probably have like an hour or two eating window to be able to eat what I want, and then no more eating. Does water count? I mean, I can. I can feel another sneeze happening. Salad. I've had a salad in a long time. I still need to go grocery shopping for food. I still need to go ahead and do that. Oh, dude, I was on TikTok the other day and I saw a bunch of like recipes because I've been trying to go over recipes that I want to make. Kind of more for myself, not really for stream. But there's this one recipe for ice cream. You can make like a pint of ice cream that's like half the calories of a regular pint, and it's got like 40 grams of protein. I really want to make that. I want to start making like healthy desserts, stuff that I don't mind making that I could still like splurge on. Comfort meal? Mac and cheese is a good comfort meal. Very nice, so. Egg muffins? Egg muffins are good. Whoa. I know there's a TikToker that kind of makes me want to crave some macaroni sometimes just because, like, they scoop everything with, like, a POV, but the mac and cheese looks really good. Egg muffins that have lots, or that have, like, bacon in them. Bacon with it is really nice. We love that. I had recently like a potato salad that had some bacon bites in it for 4th of July. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Bah. Oh, wait, what is today? When was July 4th? Oh, it's already 2 days ago? Dude, I do not remember yesterday. No wonder today felt like a Friday. 4th of July food was so good. That's good to hear. Mm-hmm. Six in America? Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, so Shion, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Hola, hola. Everybody say hello. Everybody say hello. Hola, hola. We love that. Yeah. I was debating if we were going to play some ZZZ today also, but what is it? I don't know. I like doing these just chatting stuff, so we can lead on to that into the readings. I think that'll be fine. I was debating on not having my model show, but I think you guys would like it if I am reading and my model kind of shows it. So we'll have some fun with that. You're using the Lego tool to pick your teeth? No, but I am playing with it. I just realized that too. Also, hi Siren, hope you're doing well. Hello. Hello, hello. Might go to the gym later today. Or actually, no, I can't. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. My parents are actually gone for the next few days, or have been for the last few days. So it's been laid back. It's been quieter. Go to the gym later. It's so late. I normally go to the gym around like 1 a.m. 1 a.m. is like normally when I go to the gym. Party at Rin's house? What are we gonna do? House party. House party. Wow. Okay. I need to wake up. Oh. We're gonna wake up. We're gonna wake up. We're gonna have some fun. We still. What are we at right now? Probably give it like 20 more minutes and then we'll swap over. Little bird told me about when you went to bed the other day. Well, you know, that little bird also went to bed late too, so. Plus, I slept most of the day, so I mean, I still slept like a lot, anyways. It's okay. I was more tired. Gee, I love this song. I don't remember the name of it. It's called Insane by Black Griffin and Basic. You slept late? No, I slept pretty much after we were done, but I had to do a bunch of cleaning with my teeth. I'm trying to be more thorough with my teeth since my dentist says I need to floss more. Bad habits, bad habits, bad habits, yeah. Look, we all have bad habits. All of us. Oh, Lotus. I'd even name drop you. Seriously need my teeth cleaned? Getting teeth cleaned is really nice. Getting them is really nice. I'm still happy that I don't have to get a root canal, but I still need to go in for a crown and a filling. Oh my god, is that Ali? Hi Ali, hello. Hope you're doing well. Hola, hola. Man, it's gonna be fun being able to do the bacon streams. It's gonna be fun for that. Bop 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 bop. Bop 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 bop. Yeah. The bop 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 bop. Oh my god, I'm influencing. Getting some pop-ups. Oh my god. Well, since it's Saturday, you guys have anything planned for this weekend? Whether it's today or tomorrow? Kind of wish that I went to Anime Expo, not gonna lie. I've been seeing a lot of mutuals and friends showing up on my feed with that. And kind of wish that I went, but who knows? Maybe next time. It looks so crowded there. Looks super crowded. Birthday lunch with brother tomorrow? Okay. Also, Angel, hi. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Hello. Weekend for me is over. I have to work tomorrow. No. No. Well, I hope tomorrow isn't as crazy. Finishing Demon Slayer? Okay. Okay. Went to Lavender Farm with my mom. Oh, we bought new clothes. Oh, that sounds really cute. I'm now certified to save your life. Okay, let's go. Lifesaver. It's too hot to go outside this weekend. No, I feel that. Superiorly. It's been extremely hot lately. Really, really hot. My introverted self wouldn't be able to deal. Oh, with the heat? Or just with like people in general. You couldn't pay me to go to Axe? Too crowded? Oh, you mean with that? Yeah, with Anime Expo. Man, if I went, I feel like I'd be obligated to have to buy something for myself. Just because it's a con. It's a 109 right now. I'm dying with this heat. It hasn't hit 100 yet, but it's getting close to it. Way too damn hot. Hi, Key. Hello. Yeah, the heat would be too unbearable. It's like times like this, I really wish that I had myself a pool. Way, it would be so nice. Also, Khan, I hope you're doing well. Hola, hola. Hola, hola. Here, I thought 109 or 93 was bad. It's crazy because like where my family lives, well, part of my family, it's like 120 plus right now. We're very close to it. So it's pretty hot over there. I could not imagine living there. Also, Mingo Soup. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Everybody say hello. Everybody say, oh, drop that. Everybody say hello. Hello. Oh man, why am I, dude, literally am fidgeting with the wrong thing. Hold on, we have this. We have a fidget spinner. Yeah, hello. Welcome everybody. Those of you coming by or lurking about, welcome. My name is Rynako. I am a dragon mercenary VTuber and I'm also a professionally trained voice actor. Currently hanging out with chat today for a little bit before we go to story reading stuff. We'll be reading some horror stories. I'm just wondering if it's better to put that under special event category or just do ASMR. But I guess it depends on how loud I am. I don't know. What do people normally go to for special events? Is that like, no, wait, that's donathons and stuff like that and some collabs, I think. Man, sometimes the categories confuse me on Twitch. But yeah, welcome, welcome. I stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Saturdays are late nights. So around the time that I start on Saturdays is about the time that I end streams on the other days. Guineas? Oh, do you have guinea pigs? Also, Hime, hi. Hope you're doing well. Hi. Hola, hola. Hope you is doing great. Hope you is doing nice too. Man. I wish I had more things to ask you guys. My brain is like so fried, especially from yesterday. Hope you are well too. I am doing a peachy, perfect, amazing now that you guys are here. Because you guys literally make my days better. Oh my god. I have one at the moment, sadly. Whoa! Nar. R.I.P. Sorry to hear. Hope you're able to find a friend. Oh, also, remember that dog I mentioned earlier? Or like earlier this week, or was it last week? So, we ended up taking it somewhere, but within the next day or so, we're actually gonna end up keeping it. So, yeah. We're gonna end up doing that. Just like a slut platonically. Sounds like girly boss energy. Yeah, doggo. Did I ever show a picture? Let me see if I can find. God damn, it's so big. Don't take that out of context. I mean, you could, but it'd be funny. Why is this a big photo? God damn. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. I'm still scaling this down. God damn. There we go. Yeah, apparently she's 2 years old. We thought she was older. Yup. Boop the snoot. Yup. Also freaky back shots. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'll be doing well. But yeah, that's our soon-to-be dog. Everybody say hello. Everybody say hello. She looks like a Frenchie mixed with a Cocker Spaniel. Blah. Blah blah. Little anime guy in chat. Yeah, partially anime today. Yeah, but what are you gonna name her? I'm not naming her. It's a very weird feeling. I wasn't really on the boat of keeping them, but at the end of the day, it's not my home. I live with family. But they're gonna name her Rosie? Rosie or something like that. Also, Panders, thank you so much for the tier 1. Appreciate you. Is it gonna show up? There we go. Can we get some W Panders in chat? Yeah. But odds are I'll probably end up really warming up to them. That seems to be the thing once you end up having a family dog. Yeah. Yup. But yeah, we're not too sure what breed it is exactly, but you can kind of there's some like good guesses on what it could probably be, but I don't think we'll definitely know unless we take some sort of DNA test. Or does that even work with dogs? I don't know how it works with dogs. What should be your favorite person? She likes everybody. Everyone's her favorite person. She's very innocent. She likes anybody that that goes up to her. She's really friendly. I feel bad because like we have a Chihuahua that's got a bunch of attitude. Really, genuinely nothing but all bark, no bite. And she'll be barking at Rosie, but Rosie wants to get up and play with her, but our dog doesn't want to be near her. But we're trying to get them to be more used to each other. It's mainly on our Chihuahua. Small dogs are all attitude. I can't deal. Kind of like you guys. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys are great. Oh my god, look, heart. OMG. Yeah, they'll learn to coexist. I just got here. Oh, hi, wolves. Well, I chose... Dude, did you guys... What's it called? Man, I pull strays on you guys. I pulled a stray on what is it? DM over the last, I think yesterday. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Let me see if I can find the tweet. They get used to each other over time. Yeah, they probably just will. Like our Chihuahua it's just initially. Plus it's not like she'll attack. Just because I'm short. Let me see if I can find the Twitter tweet. Papa. I have a feeling I made enemies with DM and she's gonna fight me. Papa. Where is it? Right here? If I can show it. Oh wait, is it not showing? Oh, what the hell? Wait a minute. I just realized. This isn't even spread right. What the fuck? That's actually funny. Okay, so right here. Alina was showing off one of her plushies or whatever. And oh, it has a macron. I didn't even noticed that. I'm like, whoa, life size. And she's like, how dare you? I've met up with Luna before in the past. I think it was like a year or two ago. But I guarantee you the next time she's gonna want to fight. I made enemies with people shorter than me. You're Widowy 49? Widowy? But Luna's so damn talented. She Widowy doobie. So you can't sit. You can't sat we're short. Oh, you can't say we're short. You make good main character in Lord of the Rings. Or in Lord of the... Oh, I know what you're talking about. Man. Some short, I'm biting your ankles? Whoa. You can't do that. Can you reach that far? You have a booster seat? Just kidding. Literally, we'll be like this. Trying to shake you guys off. We'll literally just be like that. Ow. Rude. But I'm like funny, so it like cancels. It Widowy cancels. It Widowy does. Actually want to fight you in? Dude, the next... If I have a meet and greet, it's not even going to be a meet and greet. It's going to be a meet and pummel. I'll end up looking like Yamcha. Just on the floor. Mingled. I paused your anime for you. Paused my anime for you, sir. Widowy, you so Gucci for that. Thank you. I'm ready to bite some ankles. Man. Very curious if I do a meet and greet, if you guys will be intimidated. Hopefully you don't. I'll be wearing a mask, but that's about it. Right now it's looking like a 50-50 if I'll end up doing a meet and greet. Nah, but I'd love to meet you for real. That'd be dope. Don't think I would be. I feel like you guys would be more like inclined to come up to me just because of the amount of times that I've said shit. You're like, this motherfucker. I'm gonna get a picture and he's gonna like it. I'll bring stuffed animals and throw it at him. I have anxiety and social anxiety. That's all right. I've had it before too. I mean, I still get social anxiety sometimes, but overall, I don't have it as much as before. When I need to get rid of it, I get rid of it. I've got too much confidence to be intimidated by height or looks. There we go. I'm a pretty shy person, so I'll probably be very shy. That's all right. I think when I'm around shy people, I kind of like open up people's guards so they are more inclined to relax. If I saw someone like kind of shy, I'd probably be like, "Hey, come on, don't worry, come on, it's fine, come on, take a picture, let's go." That's just again, just people watch. I'm so nervous around people. That's fair. That's so fair. Just know that if I do a meet and greet, that is what I will be like. I'll probably be like a hype man the entire time. So if you guys are nervous, I'll probably do my best to help you not be so nervous. Get the fangirl out of the way first. I'm easier to deal with. Yeah. Don't worry, if you have social anxiety, I know how to handle it because I've had it my whole life. It wasn't until recently that I actually got out of it. Not a shy person, so don't worry, Rin. I'll tell you all my bad jokes, puns, so you know it's me. Gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah, nice so. But it'll be fun if we end up actually doing that. I haven't? Oh, it's social anxiety? Yeah. I think my social anxiety started to like go away like once I had my first job, and then everything after that, once I had more life experience and being more in open situations, it got easier. I think voice acting was like the cherry on top though, because my coach really like nailed it inside of my head to like not care about what people think and essentially just fuck it, right? Just show your moxie. Being a voice actor means you have to have confidence with what you say. So ironically, voice acting coach changed my perspective on that. I'll be like that quiet kid in the back of the class. Dude, that was me for a long time too. Yeah, they don't like me. Fuck them. That's fine. Just do you. There'll be other people who will like you. Tell that it's me. I'd tell some cursed fun fact or joke. Yeah, yeah. Only time I'm not shy is when I drink and then I don't shut up. I've said it before, but whenever I get drunk or drink, I get very complimenty. Very complimenty, or I just talk like I'll talk very drunkenly about my friends, but I'll talk about how great they are. Bapa. Happy drunk Rynako? I can believe it, yep. I am the type of happy drunk. I mean, as coherent as I can be, and then once the alcohol hits in, I'll still be acting I'll still be very nice and positive, but I'll be having slurs. Like, I'll be slurring with my speech. Can full on yapper when drunk? Hey, maybe that's the secret. He doesn't speak Japanese when drunk? Yeah. I'll start slurring and stuff, and I don't know, like that. Just extra. Seems like we all have that in common. We just get really extra. I probably should have thrown away my bowl. Or not thrown away, I should have cleaned it. I finished my oatmeal bowl while we were talking. Also, Euclid. Oh wait, I hope I'm saying that right. Oh, that's Lucid. EQ Lucid. Hi, hope you're doing well. Euclid. I said Euclid because of the Lego thing we did. Also, Sun. Sun, how's it going? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'm saying that right too. Actually, I'm afraid to say your name. Yeah, hola, hola. That wasn't bad though. It's forgivable. Gotcha. Yeah. We're gonna be. Oh, is that Josie? Oh my God, Josie, is that you? Hola, hola. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some horror stories today. I'll be reading that. I love these emotes that we got yesterday, or that you guys started using yesterday. I love the little wiggle. I just got up and was like, why are there just arms on the screen? Because I didn't see the screen fully. I just made. Nah, you're good. No worries. You are no worries. Yeah, we what's it called? The funny thing is though, is that I wasn't gonna do a webcam thingy, but or like towards the countdown thing, I realized that my phone wasn't completely charged. So I'm like, okay, we'll have my phone just like my model just stand still and I talk with my webcam. But my phone turned on and got charged mid or towards the end, like the last minute and a half. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm too lazy to switch everything right now. But look what I started. Oh my god, you're an influencer. Oh my god. Secret wiggle? Yeah. I'll add it onto the list. I really do like this. I think it'd be nice. Little secret wiggle. I think you guys would like that. Hopefully I don't get rid of it. Does Twitch normally get rid of like global emotes like this? I know this is like... I feel like they would. Because then they'd have way too many emotes. Cool nail polish? Thank you. I gotta redo like these two fingers, but the other ones are fine. Yeah, I should drink more water. Focus! Yeah, you can see the fucking rumps and bumps on this one. This one got fucked up. But like, the black ones did fine. Aren't emote slots limited? Are they? Oh, I meant like the Twitch official ones, like the Bang Boo Bounce. The one everyone's using. I have emote slots. Yeah. Blah blah. I'm a content creator as well. Fucking course I'm an influencer. Insert sassy mode. Sasuke Uchiha? Yeah, the globals. The global ones. The global ones. They have some old ones still, but they probably do still. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if they like get rid of them. But it's good to know that they don't. But hairy knuckles? Yeah, I haven't been shaving. I haven't had a reason to, but I'm probably gonna start. I don't know if you guys know, but I like to shave my arms. I don't like having facial hair on my arms. Facial? Wait. Body hair on my arms. I like to stay groomed when I can. Sasuke Uchiha? They have some old one. Oh wait, Papa. What about my hair on your arms? I'd have to charge you. Papa. I do too. It's not unusual. Yep. I just have like this little buzzer that I use. But it just gets annoying because like on my tattoo arm, I can't really see like what has hair on it or not. So I have to be like extra. Plus it's hard for me to reach like my back. But it's not like I'm a really hairy person. Make his like hair. Arm hair? I don't care. I'm trying to what's it called? I want to do more of my legs, but the problem is that like because I use a razor. Well, I mean, I can trim it. Honestly, I don't like having leg hair either, but luckily my genetics aren't terrible with my leg hair. I'm back to bed. See you another time. Later, Gummy Bear. Later. Appreciate you coming by. Hope you have good sleep. No one can reach their back. I can kind of, but I can't see shit. So I'd have to have patches, but at that point, I'd rather just ask my brother to help me. I like to be a clean boy. I don't even like having facial hair. So whenever it gets past a certain point, I just shave it. Hmm. Yeah, have a good night. What time is it for you guys right now? Currently, it is 7 p.m., which we'll be switching things over in just a bit. I'll give it like 5 or 10 more minutes. And likes being baby faced. Dude, it's like I lose like so many years off myself when I shave. Probably lose like 4 or 5 years, which is crazy. Just for shaving. Also, high luminosity, 3 a.m., 10 p.m., 10 p.m., 10 p.m., 7 p.m. Damn, we got a lot of East Coasters. Damn, a lot of you are East Coast. Holy shit, 4 a.m. here? God damn, Glue. Well, I can't really say much. I went to bed pretty late around that time. Today is more the later days. No, that's real. Yeah. I'm normal? Yeah, you're right. You're so right. Sounds about right. West Coast is best coast? Dude, some people don't like the West Coast because they say it's super dry. I didn't like the East Coast too much because it was super humid. But I don't even think East Coast likes humidity. Wait, actually, is there anyone here who likes the humidity? What is a sleep schedule and why do we have it? It's a facade made by the shadow government. It's a facade. A full complete facade. I don't mind humidity, but wind required. Gotcha. Dude, I had the most wicked dream. It's always in the haunted house, dude. I swear, I had a dream that I was in a house and there was like some sort of entity that was trying to like get rid of me, right? And somehow it sucked so bad at trying to do it. It sucked at trying to get rid of me. And I remember being very terrified, but this thing like it would fail at things of trying to get me out. But it ended up being like a 3-part dream because I went to sleep like 3 times. I hate it. I hate heat. The sun is my enemy. Fair. It was chat. Maybe it was you guys. I prefer cold because I like cooking and baking. It's like my only love language. That's fair. I like the cold too. Oh yeah, humidity means like more bugs and like they also are typically bigger. Not sure how people in Florida survive the heat. I have some friends that are Floridians. I don't know how they do it either. No clue. Baba. That and cozy blankets. It's easier to warm yourself up than it is to cool yourself off. That's like another reason why I like it better when it's cool. Bugs in Australia are next level. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, by the way, if you guys are lacking on energy since it's so late at night for you, well, I mean, whether it was late at night or not, if you guys are in need of energy, don't forget you can use code RIN today to get yourself 10% off your order at checkout with Gamersops. I gotta do a little self-insert. Subs PR, yep. Winter hits below minus 65? Holy shit. I actually I wanna experience negative weather. At least once in my life. I wouldn't mind it. I know it's dangerous, but I wouldn't mind. Plus when it's cold out, you can snuggle with your pet. True. Or SO, yep. Also, hi Shy. No, you don't? You do not? You don't? I mean, I'd be geared. I'm not saying I'll go out like this, right? And just like walk out and just be in like negative 60-degree weather. And be like, oh my god, it's kind of chilly today. Oh my god. Hi. -8 was enough and I'm used to the cold. God damn. Yeah. Also, hi Jazzy. Oh man, your body will feel shock. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't think I want what do they call it? Frostbite? I wouldn't want to miss a finger. I wouldn't want to miss one. Seems like it would be unpog. You'd be a psychopath if you walked outside in negative degree weather like that. Just go out and be like, "Chaw, it's such good weather today. You guys should come out. It's so breezy." Yeah, it's not like heaty like California, but over here it's pretty nice up north. I thought it'd be colder. Huh? Just gotta warm up a little bit. Just chill out. Had minor frostbite. If you have minor frostbite, do you still have to have like that portion taken off? Or is frostbite like only if it's severe? When it snows though, I like making snow into ice cream. I heard you gotta be careful with that. Since it's still pretty much rainwater, so it might still have stuff in it, but fuck it, what do I know? Okay, so severe frostbite. But I like the cold. I like the cold too. It's nice. Very, very nice. How's everyone doing today? It's going pretty well. It's laid back day. We're gonna be doing some readings later. We're gonna be doing some readings. Just don't eat the yellow snow. No, no, don't listen to concrete. Listen, yellow snow is nature's lemon. Trust, trust. They put that there for a reason, so that way you can try it. When the snow is thick enough, you can eat it. Also, don't eat yellow snow. It's bad. No, no, it's not lemonade. Like tarot readings? Mongrel? Dude, I have not heard the word mongrel used in a sentence since, like, Fate. Duh, what do we quasi talk? Imbecile? Whoa. I liked making sculptures out of snow when I was younger. Dude, I've tried making a snowman once. I don't know how the fuck you guys do that. Making a snowman is so difficult to get like a snowball to stick. It was way harder than I thought. It looks easier in the movies. I tried to roll one and it kept like falling apart. I even tried to be really soft with it, but maybe the snow was too soft. Troglodyte. You need a wet snow, not powder. Oh, it has to be wet? So technically if I had a spray bottle, right? And if I was making the snow and I started doing that, I could just spray it and it would stick, wouldn't it? Also, thank you for the head pat. Wetter snow is denser? Oh. So maybe the second day of snow would have been better. Oh, also thank you for the hydrate. You guys want to see my jug? This is my water jug that you guys never get to see. Well, it's my little hydro flask. Mm-hmm.
When the snow is thick enough, we can eat it. A short gentian guy sorry Z-mains, not really.
Yeah, a little. I mean, if they made bigger ones, I'd get one. My friends and I would make ramps in the snow for sledding. Oh, I never got to experience sledding when I was in the East Coast. No, thick snow sounds nice. Oh, you're a Zhao main? You and Tori will get along so well. Oh, you good mister. I gave up on making a snowman and made a mini sphinx instead. Oh, damn. I have a photo from when I was younger with it. Damn. Yeah, I couldn't even make a snowball. Well, I mean, I did, but I couldn't make like the base of like a snowman. And pour hot water on the snow to make it icy. Oh, is that how it works? This is a good song, yeah. Want to go sledding one day? Dude, if I ever do an IRL stream, sledding with chat, we'll do it near a mountain. Zhao Scaramouche? Oh, nice so. I don't know who Kinney is, but they must be new. That'd be cool. Shrek. I want to sled in the sand dunes. I want to sand. Oh, wait. I've seen those before. That seems like it would hurt. I'm afraid of doing sand dune stuff only because I feel like I would get sand in my eyes. And how do you like recover from that? Like obviously you'd have to wear goggles and protection, but if anyone didn't, could you imagine getting all that sand in your eye? Kenny's the character you relate to the most. Kenny. Who's Kenny? Oh, it's like a personality test. Okay. It's worse than a windburn. You guys think I could take on a sandstorm? I think we think that I could if I put my mind to it. Manifestation mentally stronger than sand. For a long time I was afraid to walk on sand. Oh dude, it can burn your feet. I can feel that. Windburn is awful. What does windburn look like? Oh my god, that looks terrible. Holy shit, that looks terrible. This person has a really bad case of it. Smoge. Yeah, I could take on sand. Or actually, I could put you guys in front of me. That's how I would fight it. That's how we would take on a sandstorm. You guys would have to protect me. You guys would literally have to protect me, your Oshi. That is the only way we would take it on. And then we could put that on like our stats of like, as a community, what we've taken down. We could do this with the gorillas. We can do this with like sandstorm. Hell, we could do this with quicksand. We can apply this all across the board. Sharks, camels. We can take all of that. But how? We're small, but together we're big. Heard the song Murder in My Mind? I feel like I have, but I don't specifically remember it. Let me know if you need me. Yeah, no problem, Jess. Appreciate you. I vote we sacrifice you. Veto. Vetoed. Sorry. Apologize. Man, all these natural disasters. Second, this is the rinse sacrifice. You couldn't take on a horseshoe crab? What are you talking about, sharks? Look, I know that they squeeze really hard, but all you gotta do is just grab them from their blind spot. Easy. I exchanged you for 6 McNuggets and I tipped. Of course, you're the sacrifice. I believe chat would survive a sandstorm, but Rin, I don't know about you. I'd somehow find a way. I feel like with my luck, I'd find a way. Stumble across an abandoned tent or something. In Nerea we trust. Hi Lynn, we're talking about as a community like what we would take on, and I was bringing up sandstorms and just having you guys all shuttle and like huddle around me to protect me. You know Paula Treatise? Also, hi Shining. I feel like we should just find your head popped out of a pile of sand. That would be so rin-coated. That would be so rin-coated. Also, hi Dorky. Wait, I think I already said hi Dorky, but hi Dorky. I'm a samurai, so I would protect you. Would you fight every individual little grain of sand? That's what would have to happen. Yes? Gotcha. Also, Estina? Estina. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Hey, look, guys. New member. New member. New member. Also, hi, Yuyabi. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're about to switch it over to some horror readings. Also, Sammy in the Night. Oh, that's a cool name. Like both of you guys' names. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Everybody say hello. Keys? You think you guys want some keys? Here, you guys get some keys. We haven't used this in a while. Also, I'm surprised I didn't pull it out when keys came by. Oh my god, I drink too much water. You guys get keys. Oh my god. You guys get up close and personal. Up close and personal. Also, Jazzy, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Is my playlist still playing? Oh, cool. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. It'll probably take a while for it to go through. But everybody say hello. Everybody say hello. Baby keys? Yeah. It started out as a joke, but we ended up actually having it. We ended up actually having it. Now, welcome guys. You will not get smarter in my streams. I don't normally do webcam type of streams, but today is kind of just a laid back day, and my model wasn't working in the beginning. So we're here for a bit. A fax no printer? Fax no printer. That's okay, yeah. Which was that item? Whoa. Think so? Teehee. Imagine. Hi Nori, hope you're doing well. Hola, hola. Oh wait, your birthday's coming up. Happy early birthday, by the way. Hope you have an early birthday. Happy early birthday. By the way, can I have a shout out for Nori? Man, there's a lot of July birthdays this month, which is crazy. There's so many. It's actually insane. There is? Dude, I swear to you, so many of my mutuals have birthdays coming out this month. We got February, October. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Nori. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Gonna be playing, or not playing, we're gonna be doing some reading soon. But yeah, happy early birthday. Yeah, of course. We're doing well too, friendo. Yeah, I'm doing really well. I've been busy with IRL stuff, and I got some stuff I've been trying to plan out. A lot of work, but I'm alive. I'm alive. Finally reading. Whoa. Me? Reading? Or you? Wait, are you reading? In September, my parents kept warm in the winter. OMG. Man. Well, happy early birthdays to everyone. We can read. /J. Nah, sometimes I can't. Sometimes I have like mid strokes and I forget what I'm doing. Yup. Strokes? Or aneurysms? I don't know. I literally will be reading midway and then I completely lose track of what I'm doing. It's happened before. What are we reading? We are reading some creepypastas I have planned out for today. I'm gonna try The Man Who Returned. It tells me how long each one will take, and each one looks about average 20 to 30 minutes. This one's 40 minutes. We're not gonna be going through all of them, but yeah. That's what we're gonna be doing. Also doing copy pastas. I don't know if we'll be doing copy pastas today, but I'll add it to a maybe for the future. I'll take creepy over copy. But I don't think you guys really get to see... Well, I mean, you guys got to hear me last time a little bit with the ASMR that we did. But I don't know how often I do narrations with you guys. Like story readings. Can I throw a brick at you? I'd have to charge you. But hi, Vivi. Hi, Vivi. Hope you're doing well. Can I have a shout out for Vivi? Another cool friendo of mine. What my friends? Hope they are doing great and thriving. But hi, Vivi. I saw your, oh wait, I want to embarrass you. I'm gonna embarrass you, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Hold on. Let's see. What was that cover you did recently? Let me try to find that. Was it this one? What are you doing? Let's see. This is what you did last time. Huh? Let's see. Let's listen to Vivi's little cover. No, this is really good though. So sad I missed the ASMR stream. It's okay. I'm editing it. I'm gonna put it in my ASMR channel. I want to do a cover myself, but I'm having trouble with one thing that I'm trying to get down. Dr. Rude. Yeah, that's Vivi's voice. That's Vivi. If you guys want to go check her out, check her out. She's funny and talented. Also, hi, Multi. Hope you're doing well. Freaking gorilla of a friend. I like to try a little bit of chaos. Also, hi, Burby. A meanie? I would never be a meanie. Okay, I'm gonna swap it over now. Let's see. I'm just gonna change the title. Okay. Rain's a bully? I would never. He's shooting it. I would never. I would never do that. But oh wait, is this right? Okay, I am gonna take off some things though before we start. So gonna go ahead and do that real quick, since I don't want it to get in the way of
Liar,
reading.
pants on raging fire.
Goodbye, lower body shot. Goodbye. Don't worry, guys. You'll have another opportunity next time. Okay, so let's get rid of anything that can be distracting. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of whatever I can that isn't a no, I'd hydrate. That one, Gorilla Biscuit, Doyans, Satrabone. Sorry, just going over these real quick. Because I don't want you guys wasting points. Oh, yeah. That was good timing for you to go for that, because I was about to take that off. An amazing samurai? What? Samurai, you are an amazing samurai. And I am proud of you. Can I redeem the tap, please? Tap? Hope you enjoy. Tortuga. This one, that one. That one. Scuffed ears, I think. No, we'll take off scuffed ears. Nothing too distracting. Okay, we have toggle, posture, head pat, hydrate, toggle. Okay, this will be fine. Now I'm just gonna get rid of the we're gonna take this off. Okay, I think this should be fine. Okay, now let me just swap it over to the music or the other thing that I need. Oh, here we go. There we go. I'll have it on loop. Man. I missed so many chapters. I'm ready to play Subway Surfers or soap cutting, so we're focused. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to be doing some creepypasta readings. Professional mic time. Oh shit, that would have been good. I would have loved to use my other microphone. Maybe next time. For now, we'll use my normal stream one, but I'll have it closer to my mouth. Next time. Jingle keys to keep us focused. Good thing I'm sitting in the dark for this. Very well. Very good. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Should I put a little text? I feel like I have. Well, I feel like I should. Let me put something really quick and simple. Or better yet, this will be better. I should probably, let's move this out of the way. Okay, and text. Let me just adjust it real quick. I don't know where to keep it. Actually, that should be fine. I'll be fine. Okay. Or actually, is it too distracting? No Comic Sans. Is this Comic Sans? Actually, maybe I'm overthinking it. We don't really need this. I'll just keep it like that. I think it's pretty obvious what this is based off the title. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Where is this? So just to make sure this is all public domain. These are all public domain readings. So okay. The Sinister Painting. No, that sounds like a good one. It's 23 minutes. Alright. How's the audio for you guys? Last time I read creepypastas was on Wattpad. Oh, really? Literally cats. Mom's the next room. I think you'll be alright. I won't be doing anything crazy. Okay. Let me take a quick drink of my water. I'll probably take little breaks so that way I can hydrate in between. But okay. So this one is called The Sinister Painting. Okay. The taxi drove off, leaving Funk on the Hudson lawn, surrounded by valises. Funk was thinking it more than merely odd that Barclay, for whose coaching he had. Oh my god, this can take a while for me to get used to. Okay, hold on. The taxi drove off, leaving Funk on the Hudson lawn, surrounded by valises. Funk was thinking it more than merely odd that Barclay, for whose coaching he had come prepared to spend a month, had not met him as planned. He tried the screen door. It was hooked inside. "Hello in there," he hailed hopefully. There was no response. The Hudson farm lay drenched in a torpid lethargy for which it was obvious more than the July heat must be responsible. It was obvious more than the July heat must be responsible. Within the house, no one stirred. On the surrounded fields, no one was abroad. Even the usual sounds of the farm animals were hushed. Funk was unpleasantly affected. Surely the entire household had not gone to meet his train and somehow missed it. He carried his traps to the stoop, crossed the yard to the barnyard, and hollowed again. He knew of old where Barclay's studio was. So he set off down the path toward the grateful shade of the woods. The gray stone walls of the old building soon glinted through the tree trunks and heavy foliage. A strong conviction possessed Funk that Barclay was not within. In fact, he found the studio door padlocked. He noted that the west window was rudely boarded up. He walked around the studio to the north. Here the trees had been cut down, and the studio wall was entirely of glass. He peered in with deepening curiosity, but apart from the usual litter of easels, painting, paraphernalia, and accessories, canvases and seared rows against the walls, his attention was almost immediately drawn to a painting propped against the south wall where the full light from the opposite windows poured in revealingly. Rum go, Funk muttered, puzzled. That never is Barclay's work, and he would never have let a student precipitate such a monstrosity of line and crude color. He pressed his face to the glass, cupping it against the outside light. That old man, Funk said aloud, amazed. Maybe crudely done, but he's also absolutely horrible. His hands, ugh, they're dead hands. Bloodless, waxen, ugh. Something about the way he's sitting there, dropping as if he hadn't the strength of himself to sit erect and was being held by something. Something without that you can't see. I don't like that thing. It's ugly. There's something wrong with it. Well, I might as well do this too. Is that? There we go. Hi, Moondrop. We're doing a horror reading. He said this last with conviction. And as he exclaimed, became aware of another glaze fixed upon himself. He snapped upright and wheeled quickly, waiting patiently for him to finish his examination of the studio's interior stood... Oh, this one doesn't have a lot of commas. His examination of the studio's interior stood a man in patched, stained blue overalls. Well, snapped Funk sharply, a bit taken aback. Mr. Barclay's at the house, sir. You're Mr. Funk. I'm Mulkey. Mulchi. Mulkey? I'm Mulkey, Hudson's hired man. Funk nodded. All right, I'm coming. How did Mr. Barclay come to miss my train? It was all down to the police station, sir. Mulkey fell in behind him. Police station, echoed Funk. What's been going on here? I found Mr. Oki dead in the studio this morning, sir. What? Funk whirled and confronted the Irishman. There's something wrong in there. I saw blood on the old devil's beard. The man's voice quavered. Snap out of it, Mulkey. Are you referring to that picture? I am, sir. Blood on the old man's beard. Ridiculous. I saw none. Mulkey insisted stubbornly. Blood it was, sir. And the poor young man was all drained out of him. Funk stiffened to deep attention. Ha! This sounds intriguing. Blood on the old man's beard. And drippin' from his dead fingers, sir. And not one drop left in the corpse, sir. Blood all over the domed old devil's whiskers, and his dead fingers Sir Mary Mother. Moki crossed himself with fierce haste. Who did that painting? Funk demanded, turning again toward the house. A man by the name of Silva, sir. He's after being a cabinet maker, but he got to thinking he could paint, so he made the beauty back there. He made that beauty back there. Devil fly away with him. He sure can paint, muttered Funk cryptically. He's mixing something with his paint that only devils from the pit can give him, the Irishman declared darkly. He hesitated, then rushed on. Sir, the night before the poor lad was murdered, there was a fine canvas of Mr. Barclay's cut into ribbons, and Mr. Oakley's prize picture the same. What might that mean, along with the poor lad's being killed the next night, and Silva only getting honorable mention last week, where he was looking for a first prize? Looks as if Silva had a motive, declared Funk as they walked into the barnyard. Life was stirring normally about the farm now, as if a ban of enchanted silence had been lifted. Funk could see Barclay's bulky body leaning over the valises on the front stoop. He hailed his friend, then asked Mulkey, hastily, "What do the police say?" "Any of us might have done it, sir, but the studio was locked from the inside, and there's no motive. And they can't figure where the poor lad's blood went, sir." Back of the simple words pushed a dark significance of terrible things. "Hi, Stay. Looks as if there were more here than appears on the surface." "Right you are, sir. From now on, Tom Mulkey wears a blessed medal next to his hide, day and night." Funk met Barclay's welcoming hand with a hardening grip. Sorry to have missed you, Funk, but this ghastly tragedy has dislocated all plans. I was fond of the boy," groaned Barclay, his face working. "He had a gift. Had Harry. I was looking forward to what he would be, or what he would do with color in the not far future. And now, and now, his voice broke. "Where's my room, Barclay?" Funk gathered up his bags and followed the other painter up the front stairs. Both men lighted cigarettes in silence. Barclay stared abstractly from the window, while Funk unpacked rapidly, puffing clouds of smoke about himself as he tossed shirts, underwear, ties into open bureau drawers. "I want to know how Silva's painting got into your studio," he said at last, with an air of relief as he finished his work. "So you are taking that attitude?" Barclay asked, his eyes heavy. Funk did not attempt to evade the implied issues. Anybody but a crass, materialistic jackass would, he responded quietly. "I didn't know you went in for that sort of thing. I have no time for anything but painting. Just making a living takes most of my time these days, Funk." The younger man's eyes snapped. "A very little suffices for me. I'm too fascinated with studying the truths underlying the illusions of material existence. Not that I've gotten very far. What I know, I know. Then perhaps you can say what's unnatural about poor Harry's death. I know there's something wrong about it." "Something wrong?" echoed the younger man thoughtfully. "Yes, there's something wrong and uncanny about this lad's death. As to its being unnatural, there are many strange and little known laws operating along the lines so new to us. He broke off there, his expression clearing as if an illuminating idea had suddenly clued or clarified the situation for him. I believe the poor chap's death is due to an extremely interesting example of the transference of an evil will to power. Barclay wheeled from the window, saying abruptly, "I don't tell the police what I felt lay behind this tragedy. I have no hankering to live in an insane asylum, so I have a faint hope that you may be able to appreciate the strangeness of my experience. Listen. Manuel Silva settled here a few years ago and has been doing well as a cabinet maker. Recently, he learned that I got from $300 up for a canvas. He thought this an easy way to get rich, but I refused to teach him. You know, I never take any but advanced students of dedicated promise. My refusal roused Silva's furious resentment. I have instituted an annual art exhibit in town. Silva entered 3 canvases to force my hand. They were rather terrible. One was a blacksmith, dark, sullen, sinister. He was hammering viciously at what happened to be a battered crucifix. Another was a farmer soldering a wretched hog that somehow looked like a naked man. The butcher's face wore a too realistic grin of sadistic enjoyment as he wielded his bloody knife. The third was the painting you've just seen in my studio. Harry's entry took first prize. This was inevitable. I felt inclined to encourage a couple of young local artists, so gave them an honorable mention. Not to slight Silva's pride, I included him. The night before the canvas was removed, Harry and I were in the gallery, and he pointed out that somehow someone had deliberately cut the honorable mentions ribbon on Silva's canvas so that it hung in dangling strips. Odd that, eh? You're opening vistas, replied Funk, lighting another cigarette from the one he had been smoking. You are absorbingly interesting. I criticized Silva's painting, observing that Harry was right when he said it gave him the jitters, but that in that degree it possessed a touch of wild genius. Harry pronounced it ghastly. To paint a hunched up old man as dead as a doornail, his hands frightful, decomposing, yet sitting up there. Ugh. Silva's colors were crude, his drawings distorted. Just how? It would be difficult to say, but wrong. You understand, wrong. I said I dared not encourage Silva because of a very strange quality in his work, that something wrong. And then we both nearly jumped out of our skins, for in the dusk behind us someone broke into an ugly chuckle, and we turned to see a dark figure slouching out. It was Silva, and I realized that he'd heard me pronounce him an evil genius. Harry made light of my compunctions, but I was disturbed. We confronted the old man in the painting once more. As twilight gained the room, a murky dusk seemed to creep into the very canvas. Its shadows deepened. The old man merged into his dark background. All but his pallid face, his grayfish beard, the waxen fingers dropping over his angular knees. It was wrong, entirely wrong, and then all at once Harry twitched my sleeve and explained, "Let's get going out of here." and we turned and plunged into the street, stricken by some subtle panic, so obsessing that it was not until we were back at the Hudson farm that we realized how foolish unreasonable had been our flight. Funk lightened another cigarette. We went sketching next day. Barkley went on, and Hudson brought our canvases back to the studio. That night, he told me that Silva had sent me one of his for a gift, so Harry and I went down to see which one. We lighted candles, and really, we got a nasty shock. The flickering, inadequate candlelight made that old man appear more than ever an entity with a horrid existence, independent of his painted presentment. Harry said, "My God," in a kind of comic dismay. I knew instinctively that Silva was up to no good. He bore me malice. His very gift seemed to convey dire menace. In the pale candlelight, the old man's beard appeared to rustle stiffly, as if his lips were parting under its bushy shelter. Of course, I could not see anything, but I felt that I was seeing a pale, dead tongue flick moisture over dry, dread lips. Ugh. That must have been an odd sensation. Cogitated, Funk allowed as he expelled a thick cloud of smoke. You make it very clear. Yes. Well, there's more of it. Oki and I went over our canvas to check on their return and good condition. We were satisfied. Just remember this point, will you? We padlocked the studio door and went off to bed. When we went in the next morning, the padlock was undisturbed, and all the windows locked on the inside. But one of my best canvases had been slit into ribbons, and Harry's, which had taken first prize, was completely demolished. And the frame, that last act of vandalism made me feel bad. I had been sure the boy could cash in on his work and needed the money. He took it like a Spartan, but he told me he was going to sleep in the studio that night, for he felt sure that Silva had done the damage. I agreed, although I couldn't figure out how Silva could have gotten inside, so last night I left the boy there. He said he was going to hang something over the old man's gosh awful face. I offered to stay with him, but he wouldn't have it. This morning, Barkley broke down, turning back to the window with a suspicious gulp. Mulkey told me. Funk hastened to say, lighting another cigarette. It was ghastly, Funk. Mulkey was howling. Blood. At every jump he took. Blood, he yelled, on the old man's beard. How about that coroner? Harry'd been dead for hours. Finger marks on his throat. Every drop of blood drained from his body. Barkley said it with slow emphasis. Mulkey had seen him through the north windows. I had to break the west window to get in. The coroner said at first that he had a fit, but finally decided he'd been killed by a person unknown. Also, thank you for the hydrate. What? This is a very hard one to read. This one's like really old classic literature. Yeah. Doing great. Yeah, we'll see. Rin can read? Yeah, he tries. Let's see. Barkley nodded. That's another strange thing. When I rushed over, I found poor Harry sprawling on the floor, his body all twisted and grotesque, gruesome position, and so terribly white. As I threw myself on the floor beside him, something struck upon my inner ear. It was a sound, but such a sound. Even as I heard it, I knew I was hearing what could not be apprehended physically. I'm reading something called the Sinister Painting. I sprang to my feet and confronted Silva's hideous canvas. God, it was horrible. He shuddered at the bare recollection. The painted old man sat there motionless, but it was a sinister restraint. Funk. I stared, stricken by a horror that affected me with nausea, for I saw that someone had smeared the ancient's deathly pallor with crimson that crawled down the painted gray's beard. The dead hands that hung over the angular knees were dripping. Every pallid fingertip with blood funk. I'll probably have to mute that. I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn that off. Let me just do that real quick. Quick toggle. Where did I leave off? The dead hands that hung over the angular knees were dripping, every pallid fingertip with blood. Blood funk. How do you know it was blood? Funk demanded sharply. I touched it, whispered the old man distastefully. And then? Funk prompted, not ungently. A ghastly thing came to pass. I did not see it, I felt it rather than saw. I became aware with that inner sense of the movement of one of the old man's painted arms. It lifted with a jerking unevenness of an automation and passed across the stained gray beard. I say it moved. I felt it move, yet at the same time I was aware that it was only painted, hence incapable of movement. It was something else. It was something else behind it that actually moved. I find it almost impossible to clarify my intuitions, Barkley declared, or deprecated despairingly, other than to say that while the painted figure did not stir, I was yet inwardly aware that it lifted one arm and wiped away the crimson from its beard. Then it reached out on either side to drag off that horrible drip from its waxen fingertips against the painted grass that reddened under them. God, it was the more horrible. It was that more horrible because although the figure did not show movement to my straining eyes, yet I saw the crimson life blood of poor Harry disappearing from the canvas as those movements which I felt rather than saw took place. Of course this explanation is inadequate, he finished. Funk pushed the consumed tip of a cigarette to the fresh one he was holding between his thin lips. A cloud of blue smoke enveloped him, one of which his voice pronounced decidedly. Not inadequate, my dear fellow. On the contrary, it is very enlightening. So clear that I believe we may yet punish the murderer of that poor lad. Barkley's dreamy eyes burned with sudden fire. I'd give a year of my life to accomplish that, he explained fiercely. I hardly think so much will be required, but you may have to sacrifice one or two of your canvases. We'd better get the rest of Oki's work over here, and Silva's must learn that you are taking steps to protect Harry's work and your own. He must be informed that tomorrow night you yourself will sleep in the studio. That will bring him Funk predicted, darkly. Also, hi, love bug. I've no doubt of it, but not in propria persona. He's projecting his astral body through that hideous old man, and he's already made a grave error. What do you mean? He permitted himself to savor human blood. Hence, he cannot be permitted to continue. He's dangerous now. He will be yet more so, unless checked. I propose to do this in the only permanent way possible. We have no proof of his presence in the studio, Funk. Who would believe the intangible evidence of my experience? No one ordinarily, Funk agreed, adding quickly, but I believe, and there is another person who will not only believe, but will furnish me with the means of putting a stop to Silva's murderous proclivities, without disturbing the authorities unduly, he finished dryly. Wouldn't it be wise to return that picture to Silva, or cut it to bits and burn it? Suggested Barkley, uneasily. Later, said Funk, queerly. You see, Silva has somehow learned how to transfer his will for evil to that creature of his own making. It is through that same creation that we must reach him and stop his criminal career before it is too late. Barkley sighed. You speak as if you knew what you were talking about, Funk. I can't just understand you, but I feel that you are somehow right. What do you wish done? Get Mulkey, or Hudson, to clear out all Oakley's canvases. Leave only a couple of your own that you don't particularly care about, so as not to stir Silva's suspicion overly. He'll imagine you're exhibiting, then have Hudson step in and tell Silva what happened to the canvases in the studio, and ask him to have him moved out of harm's way. That will appear a kindly impulse on your part, and he will reply that he'll send for his canvas in a couple of days. He'll figure on polishing you off by then, finished Funk callously. Agreeable thought, that, sighed the older painter. Now, you're going to lend me your roadster. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at the latest, but be sure Silva is given to understand that tomorrow night you'll be sleeping in the studio. Under no circumstances, however, venture in there tonight. Funk warned gravely, tonight Silva, or whatever wakens in the studio under the stimulus of his evil purpose, may have free play. But tomorrow night, I shall be there, not you. I won't permit you getting into a nasty situation, Funk. This isn't your affair. After all, Harry was my protege. It's up to me. Are you prepared to give effective battle to a painted demon, Barkley? Funk's laugh was incredulous. Can you? Through that painted thing, silence forever the intangible, distant, male factor. You can do such things, said Barkley's hushed murmur. I shall know how to before I return tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. But how? I'm going to someone who knows. I shall demand the secret. She will yield it, I am certain. I'm going to see Gwyn Caradorn. Where have I heard that name? Puzzled Barkley. Possibly in connection with his published brochures. Her reality of the abstract is fairly well known. It's discussed everywhere. Quite likely, said Barkley. I seem to remember it vaguely. Now, pursued Funk briskly, how about your car? It was dusk when Funk returned on the following day. The seriousness and abstraction that wove a cloak about him struck Barclay's curious inquiries into silence. A certain high air about the younger artist forbade imperiously any break upon that lofty mood. Funk's first query was, had Silva been duly informed of the occupation of the studio that night? He knows. He told Hunston that he would call for his unappreciated masterpiece in a couple of days. The words were significantly emphasized. I rather fancied he'd say that. He knows you'll be there tonight, right? Hudson told him, if there were any further trouble, I'd sleep there from tonight on to protect his painting. Excellent. Funk rubbed his hands together and blew a cloud of thick smoke from the cigarette in one corner of his mouth. And was there any? Yes. Last night the 2 canvases I'd left were demolished. Good. He'll be expecting you to sleep there tonight. Let's have supper. Then I'll run into town and fetch Miss Caradorn. She insists upon coming out. The time was too brief to prepare me to handle the situation single-handed. And that's extraordinarily kind of her, Funk. But if she is to be at the studio tonight, why not I? Why not I? Barclay insisted. She would have handled it alone, only that she... Funk broke off suddenly, looking apologetic. Sorry, I can't be more explicit, but she bans discussion of herself unless she decides to come out into the open, which she rarely does. She's... well, wait until you meet her. If she permits it. Funk broke off, in a kind of embarrassment. You'll understand then. Let's see. Funk do not have time to run. I lost my place. Okay. Funk broke off in a kind of embarrassment. You'll understand then. But believe me, she is worthy the highest respect and admiration of a human being could expect. Funk did not have to drive to town. Between dusk and dark, a shining dark blue car with a special delivery body slipped into the driveway. From the luminous light front, 2 uniformed men alighted and walked to the rear of the car. There were wide doors there, which they proceeded to open. They withdrew with the utmost care. A strange anachronism. A blue and black and gold decorated sedan chair, small and delicate. They placed themselves between the shafts and started toward the farmhouse. Funk explained and sprang down the steps to meet the odd equipage. He bent over what was obviously an extended hand, white in the dusk. Barclay, staring, saw the young artist touch his lips to those extended fingers. A child's high, shrilly sweet voice gave an order, and the chair bearers carried the sedan chair towards the barnyard. Funk followed, calling back as he went, "See you tomorrow morning, Barclay." With that, he disappeared. You didn't hear that. With that, he disappeared after the chair onto the soft darkness beyond the barnyard. Barclay felt that he could not sleep. He was irritated that Gwen Caradorn should have sent a child to take her place, in what he felt must be a post of danger. He went down to the shining automobile and walked around it with curiosity. The rear doors had been closed, and nothing marked it as out of the ordinary save perhaps the expensive type of shock absorbers for a delivery body, and of course, what looked very like a periscope set in the top as much out of place as was a modern child in a sedan chair. It's a sedan. Nice though. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Mm-hmm. It's a sedan. He sat at his window, fell asleep there in his chair, and did not waken until Miss Hudson tapped at his door, calling that Mr. Funk and the little girl had returned. She volunteered that the little girl was a perfect little French doll. Barkley took the stairs 3 at a stride. In the hall, Funk sat on a hassock, which brought his face slightly below the level of the small oval countenance of the child, who sat sedately on the hell chair. Barkley noted with an artist's appreciation the bloom of her dazzling cheeks, the straight nose, the richly scarlet mobile lips. He approved the curling black lashes, finely penciled arching eyebrows, sleek black bobbed hair. Her creamy silk dress, rather longer than worn by most children of her age, was smocked in a knowing fashion with bright colors. Her feet were encased in high-heeled French slippers. All this the artist in Barclays captured at a glance, just as he took in the beauty of the slender, tiny hands and the taper fingers, and the elegance of his every gesture. A strange and unusual child, this. His leaping footsteps brought upon him a lifting up of fringed eyelids, and what he felt shrinkingly was a glance of indifference. He stopped short at the foot of the staircases, abashed of the disdainful glance. He knew all at once why this child's frock was longer than customary, why her tiny feet wore adult-styled footgear, why sophistication animated the tapper fingers. The cobalt blue eyes that regarded him from the child's elfin face were the eyes of a grown woman. They were the informed eyes of one who passed through the fires of varied experiences, the eyes of one who had gazed unafraid upon unveiled mysteries. The child was not a child, but was an exquisite person, a creature set apart from the entire world by miniature proportions. Funk sprang up, caught the other man's hand, and drew him down to the hassock, himself sinking upon the floor so that both men's faces were below the level of the individual. Barclay, Funk said, in a tone of repressed excitement. Miss Carden permits me to present you. Honored, Miss Caradorn, mumbled Barclay, still confused under the keen gaze of those faintly derisive blue eyes. He understood it. After a minute, she was touched with amusement at his discomfiture. An elfish smile twitched at one corner of her scarlet lips, and she actually turned away those two shrewd eyes as if to spare Barclay's feelings. Kind gesture which did not serve to tranquilize him, for there was just a touch of condensation in her half smile. Papa. Mr. Funk had been showing me these canvases from your studio, she said, solely in a shrilly sweet voice. I would very much like that snow scene. It is charming. If you would tell me the price. Barclay's embarrassment vanished. Here he could be sure of himself. I would feel honored if you would accept it as proof of my gratitude for your having come here, he began, but his eyes questioned Funk. You are anxious to learn the outcome of last night's plans, said Caradorn's high voice slightly. Suspended in the bosom of her frock by a slender platinum chair was a platinum whistle, which she put to her lips and sounded. At once the bearers of the sedan chair came up the steps and into the hall, holding the chair close to their mistress. Like some bright bird, so airy and graceful was her movement, she seemed to fly from her chair into the sedan's shelter. She waved one tiny hand. The bearers took their light burden outside, slid it into place in the rear of the waiting automobile. They mounted into the front, and the car slipped noisily away down the road. Bespeakingly, the many-cylindered motor by its very silence and power. Barkley stared after it, amazed. Funk lighted a cigarette hastily and began surrounding himself with smoke. Papa. Funk broke off brusquely. You are anxiously to know about last night. She has forbidden me to divulge details, but I may tell you briefly that Silva will never again repeat his evil act. He was there, then, last night, gasped Barkley, incredulously. Not in propria persona, but his familiar was already locked in with us when I bolted the door behind Gwen and myself. What do you mean? Funk sighed resigningly. Let's go down to the studio. It's easier to understand when you've seen these things with your own eyes. The telephone rang. Miss Hudson ran out of the kitchen and answered it. An expression of horror settled on her placid face. Manuel Silva's been found dead, with a knife wound in his throat, she called, and gave closer attention to the telephone. What is it? Funk? Funk beckoned Barkley silently, and the two hurried across the barnyard and into the woods with the key Barkley had loaned him. Funk unlocked the padlock. He pushed the studio door open. Words seemed superfluous. Spread on the floor lay a painted canvas figure, pinned down by a knife through his throat. The edges of the canvas were sharply defined as it just cut out of the painting, leaning against the south wall, but a neatly trimmed vacancy in its center. Barkley stared, closed his eyes convulsively, then stared again. I couldn't have done it alone. Funk kept repeating in a kind of feverish excitement. She furnished the power. She'd have done it herself, but she's too... he corrected himself hastily. He was too tall. Barkley stared motionless. He was absorbing the details of the bizarre thing, which confirmed him in his hasty resolution to burn Silva's painting without delay. The empty space in the painting distinctly outlined a drooping, seated figure. The painted canvas shape lying on the floor, pinned down by the knife through its pallid painted throat, could have filled that vacancy twice over. It was a full-length, standing figure. So, this was more of a more detailed story, but essentially there was a murderer who was the painter of a painting that was left with other paintings, and he would kill people through his own painting and get rid of the other paintings. ASMR advice too nice. I'm gonna get EP time for coffee at this time. It was kind of hard to tell, so then they got a specialist or someone to help with everything. I'm trying to see if there's something more modern, because these ones are kind of too old. The Signal Man, classic horror. Where's one that's not so classic horror? This one look like it's not. Pikmin's Model. These are so old. Have you done Jeff the Killer? I want to, but I don't think that one's public domain. I'm only doing public domain ones. That is the only sad thing. But I mean, there's a good collection on here. There's probably other ones too. Yeah, these are more. These are more. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh man, you might be able to hear. I'll tell you later, Ken. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh wait, not follow. Hello, hi. Sorry, I'm too coded with saying the same thing all the time. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Also, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Sorry, I'm gonna see what I can handle the buzz. Yeah, I'll wait for a little bit for the buzzing to go away. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait for a little bit for it to go away, but we're gonna be doing some stories. The buzzing will go away in a bit. No, you're good, Krista. I'm it's funny with the buzzing. You could probably hear like everything. Like you could probably even hear me like tapping this, like with my fidget. Which story are you doing? I'm only choosing public domain ones with these ones. But we just finished an old one that was called The Terrible Old Man Extreme ASMR. Extreme ASMR. Yeah. Yeah, normally I wouldn't mind the buzzing, but just because it's ASMR, I don't want to have it like too distracting. Don't want to have it too distracting. But hopefully they can have it turned off. I don't know. How's the buzzing for you guys? If I have to make the fire louder, I can do that. It's barely there. Gotcha. I think I found something. There's something called ooze. Yeah. Alright, it stopped. The beast with 46 minutes is a lot. Oh man. Goosebumps, the OG creepypasta. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with something that isn't a classic horror. Except most of these are. This one's a short one, but this one's called Pikmin's Model. Oh wait, this one says 25 minutes of reading. Oh wait, this is perfect. Wait, this is also classic. Fuck it, we'll go with this. Bench round. I'd be down to try those. I just don't know if those are public domain or not. I have to be careful with creepypastas. I have to do more research on them. Papa. Yeah, because it all depends on the owner. Of like these horror things. Yeah. I'll look into it next time. I'll just play safe and just do these public domain ones. So this one's called Pikmin's Model. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Okay. Pickman's Model. This is by H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, this is a Lovecraft one. You needn't think I'm crazy, Elliot. Plenty of others. Blah. Man. Maybe not this one. Yeah. It's got older language, but I have to be careful with some of the older language. Hi, Chusei. Hope you're doing well. ASMR from Rin, no way. Yeah, at least I'm trying. Give a shout out for Chusei, by the way. What is this one? I think this one will be alright. I'll give this one a go. Also, thank you for the at-bats. Yeah, we're doing readings today. Okay. As I entered John Kirawan's study, I was too much engrossed in my own thoughts to notice, at first, the haggard appearance of his visitor, a big, handsome, young fellow well known to me. Hello, Kirawan, I greeted. Hello, Gordon. Haven't seen you for quite a while. How's Evelyn? And before he could answer, still on the crest of the enthusiasm which had brought me there, I exclaimed, Look here, you fellows. I've got something that will make you stare. I got it from the robber Ahmed Mektub, and I paid high for it. But it's worth it. Look. From under my coat, I drew the jewel-hilted Afghan dagger, which had fascinated me as a collector of rare weapons. Kirwin, familiar with my passion, showed only polite interest, but the effect on Gordon was shocking. With a strangled cry, he sprang up and backward, knocking the chair clattering to the floor. Fists clenched and countenance livid, he faced me, crying, Keep back. Keep away from me, or I was frozen in my tracks. What in the... I began bewilderedly when Gordon, with another amazing change of attitude, dropped into a chair and sank his head in his hands. I saw his heavy shoulders quiver. I stared helplessly from him to Kirawan, who seemed equally dumbfounded. Is he drunk? I asked. Kirawan shook his head and, filling a brandy glass, offered it to the man. Gordon looked up with haggard eyes, seized the drink and gulped it down like a man half famished. Then he straightened up and looked at us shamefacedly. I'm sorry I went off my handle, O'Donnell, he said. It was the unexpected shock of you drawing that knife. Well, I retorted with some disgust. I suppose you thought I was going to stab you with it. Yes, I did. Then at the utterly blank expression on my face, he added, Oh, I didn't actually think that, at least. I didn't reach that conclusion by any process of reasoning. It was just the blind, primitive instinct of a hunted man against whom anyone's hand may be turned. His strange words and the despairing way he said them sent a shiver of nameless apprehension down my spine. What are you talking about? I demanded uneasily. Hunted? For what? You never committed a crime in your life. Not in this life, perhaps, he muttered. What do you mean? What if retribution for a crime committed in a previous life were hounding me? He muttered. That's nonsense, I snorted. Oh, is it? He exclaimed. Stung. Papa. Did you ever hear of my great-grandfather? Sir Richard. Sure. What's that got to do with? You've seen his portrait. Doesn't it resemble me? Well, yes, I admitted. Except that your expression is frank and wholesome, whereas his is crafty and cruel. He murdered his wife, answered Gordon. Suppose the theory of reincarnation were true. Why shouldn't a man suffer in one life for a crime committed in another? You mean you think you are the reincarnation of your great grandfather? Of all the fantastic. Well, since he killed his wife, I suppose you'll be expecting Evelyn to murder you. This last was delivered in searing sarcasm, as I thought of the sweet, gentle girl Gordon had married. His answer stunned me. My wife, he said slowly, had tried to kill me 3 times in the past week. Fucked up. There was no reply to that. I glanced helplessly at John Kerwin. He sat in his customary position, chin resting on his strong, slim hands. His white face was immobile, but his dark eyes gleamed with interest. In the silence, I heard a clock ticking like a death watch. Tell us the full story, Gordon, suggested Kerwin, and his calm, even voice was like a knife that cut a strangling, relieving the unreal tension. You know, we've been married less than a year now, Gordon began, plunging into the tale as though he were bursting for utterance. His words stumbled and tripped over one another. All couples have spats, of course, but we've never had any real quarrels. Evelyn is the best-natured girl in the world. The first thing out of the ordinary occurred about a week ago. We had driven up in the mountains, left the car, and were wandering around picking wildflowers. At last, we came to a steep slope, some 30 feet in height, and Evelyn called my attention to the flowers which grew thickly at the foot. I was looking over the edge and wondering if I could climb down without tearing my clothes to ribbons, when I felt a violent shove from behind that toppled me over. If it had been a sheer cliff, I'd have broken my neck. As it was, I went tumbling down, rolling and sliding, and brought up at the bottom scratched and bruised with my garments and rags. I looked up and saw Evelyn staring down, apparently frightened half out of her wits. "Oh, Jim," she cried, "are you hurt? How came you to fall?" Imagine getting gaslit by your significant other. I wonder who would fall for that. Oh shit, I must have fallen. Yeah, insane. It was on the tip of my tongue to tell her that there was such a thing as carrying a joke too far, but those words checked me. I decided that she must have stumbled against me unintentionally and actually didn't know it. Was she who precipitated me down the slope? It would be a major skill issue, honestly. So I laughed it off and went home. She made a great fuss over me, insisted on swabbing my scratches with iodine, and lectured me for carelessness. She's definitely gaslighting him. I hadn't the heart to tell her it was her fault. But 4 days later, the next thing happened. I was walking along our driveway when I saw her coming up it. In the automobile, I stepped on the grass to let her by. As there isn't any curb along the driveway, she was smiling as she approached me and slowed down the car as to speak to me. Then, just before she reached me, a horrible change came over her expression. Without warning, the car leaped at me like a living thing as she drove her foot down the acceleration. Only a frantic leap backwards saved me from being grounded under the wheels. The car shot across the lawn and crashed into a tree. I ran to it and found Evelyn dazed and hysterical, but unhurt. She babbled of losing control of the machine. God damn, she's really gaslighting him. I carried her into the house and sent for Dr. Donley. He found nothing seriously wrong with her and attributed her dazed condition to fright and shock. Within half an hour, she regained her normal senses, but she's refused to touch the wheel since. Strange to say, she seems less frightened on her account than on mine. She seemed vaguely to know that she'd nearly run me down, and grew hysterical again when she spoke of it. Yet she seemed to take it for granted that I knew the machine had gone out of her control. But I distinctly saw her wrench the wheel around, and I know she deliberately tried to hit me. Why? God alone knows. Still, I refused to let my mind follow the channel it was getting into. Evelyn had never given any evidence of any psychological weakness or nerves. She'd always been a level-headed girl, wholesome and natural. But I began to think she was subject to crazy impulses. But of us have felt the impulse to leap from tall buildings, and sometimes a person feels a blind, childish, and utterly reasonless urge to harm someone. But we pick up a pistol, and the thought suddenly enters our mind how easily it would be to send our friend who sits smiling unaware into eternity with a touch of the trigger. Of course we don't do it, but the impulse is there. So I thought perhaps some lack of mental discipline made Evelyn susceptible to these unguided impulses and unable to control them. Dude, simping. Nonsense, I broke in. I've known her since she was a baby. If she has any such trait, she's developed since she married you. It was an unfortunate remark. Gordon caught it up, with a despairing gleam in his eyes. That's just it. Since she married me, it's a curse. A black, ghastly curse, crawling like a serpent out of the past. I tell you, I was Richard Gordon, and she was Lady Elizabeth, his murdered wife. His voice sank to a blood-freezing whisper. I shuddered. It is an awful thing to look upon the ruin of a keen, clean brain, but such I was certain that I surveyed in James Gordon. Why or how, or by what grisly chance it had come about, I could not say, but I was certain that man was mad. You spoke of 3 attempts. It was John Kirwan's voice again, calm and stable, amid the gathering webs of horror and unreality. Look here. Gordon lifted his arm, drew back the sleeve, and displayed a bandage, the cryptic significance of which was intolerable. I came into the bathroom this morning looking for my razor, he said. I found Evelyn just on the point of using my best shaving implement for some feminine purpose to cut out a pattern or something. Like many women, she can't seem to realize the difference between a razor and a butcher knife or a pair of shears. I was a bit irritated, and I said, Evelyn, how many times have I told you not to use razors for such things? Bring it here. I'll give you my pocket knife. I'm sorry, Jim, she said. I didn't know it would hurt the razor. Here it is. She was advancing, holding the open razor toward me. I reached for it. Then something warned me. It was the same look in her eyes, just as I had seen it in the day she nearly ran me over. That was all that saved my life, for I instinctively threw out my hand, just as she slashed at me with all her power. The blade gashed my arm, as you see. Before I caught her wrist, for an instant she fought me like a wild thing. Her slender body was tough as steel beneath my hands. Then she went limp, and the look in her eyes was replaced by a strange dazed expression. The razor slipped out of her fingers. I let go of her, and she stood swaying as if about to faint. I went to the lavatory. My wound was bleeding in a beastly fashion, and the next thing I heard her cry out, and she was hovering over me. "Jim," she cried, "how did you cut yourself so terribly?" Gordon shook his head and sighed heavily. I guess I was a bit out of my head. My self-control snapped. I couldn't with this woman. "Don't keep up this pretense, Evelyn," I said. "God knows what's gotten into you. But you know as well as I do, you tried to kill me 3 times in the past week." She recoiled as if I'd struck her, catching at her and staring at me as if at a ghost. She didn't say a word, and just what I said, I don't remember. But when I finished, I left her standing there, white and still as a marble statue. I got my arm bandaged at a drugstore, and then came over here, not knowing what else to do. Kirwan O'Donnell, it's damnable. Either my wife is subject to fits of insanity. He choked on the word. No, I can't believe it. Ordinarily, her eyes are too clear and level, too utterly sane. But every time she has an opportunity to harm me, she seems to become a temporary maniac. He beat his fists together in his importance and agony. But it isn't insanity. I used to work in a psychiatric ward, and I've seen every form of mental unbalance. My wife is not insane. Then what? I began. But he turned haggard eyes on me. Only one alternative remains, he answered. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Only one alternative remains, he answered. It is the old curse. From the days when I walked the earth with a heart as black as hell's darkest pits, and did evil in the sight of man and of God. She knows in fleeting snatches of memory. People have seen before, have glimpsed forbidden things in momentary liftings of the veil, which bars life from life. She was Elizabeth Douglas, the ill-fated bride of Richard Gordon, whom he murdered in a jealous frenzy. And the vengeance is hers. I shall die by her hands, simp, as it is meant to be. And he bowed his head in his hands. Just a moment. It was Kirwan again. You have mentioned a strange look in your wife's eyes. What sort of look? Was it maniacal frenzy? Also, Anna, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Gordon shook his head. It was an utter blankness. All the life of intelligence simply vanished, leaving her eyes dark wells of emptiness. Dark wells of emptiness. Kirwan nodded and asked a seemingly irrelevant question. Have you any enemies? Not that I would know of. You forget Joseph Rockley. Or Rolak, I said. I can't imagine the elegant sophistication going to the trouble of doing you actual harm, but I have an idea of that if he could discomfort you without any physical effort on his part, he'd do it with a right goodwill. Kirwan turned on me, an eye that had suddenly become piercing. And who is this Joseph Rolkley, or Rolak? A young exquisite who came into Evelyn's life and nearly rushed her off her feet for a while. But in the end, she came back to her first love, Gordon here. Rolak took it pretty hard. For all his suaveness, there is a streak of violence and passion in the man that might have cropped out but for his infernal indolence and blasé indifference. Oh, there's nothing to be said against
Rollock, interrupted Gordon impatiently. He must know that Evelyn never really loved him. He merely fascinated her temporarily with his romantic Latin air. Not exactly Latin, Jim, I protested. Rollock does look foreign, but it isn't Latin. It's almost Oriental. Well, what has Rollock to do with this matter? Gordon snarled with the irascibility of frayed nerves. He'd been as friendly as a man could be since Evelyn and I were married. In fact, only a week ago he sent her a ring which he said was a peace offering and a belated wedding gift. Said that after all, her jilting him was a greater misfortune for her than it was for him. The conceited jackass. A ring. Kirwin had suddenly come to life. It was as if something hard and steely had been surrounded in him. What sort of ring? Oh, a fantastic ring. Or copper, made like a scaly snake coiled 3 times. With its tail in its mouth and yellow jewels for eyes, I gather he picked it up somewhere in Hungary. He has traveled a great deal in Hungary. Gordon looked surprised at this question but answered, Why, apparently the man's traveled everywhere. I put him down as the pampered son of a millionaire. He never did any work so far as I know. He's a great student, I put in. I've been up to his apartment several times, but I never saw such a collection of books. Gordon leaped to his feet with an oath. Are we all crazy? He cried. I came up here hoping to get some help, and you fellows fall to talking of Joseph Rollock. I'll go to Dr. Donnelly. Also, hey, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Gordon Ramsay. Bubba. I'll go to Dr. Donnelly. Wait. Kerwin stretched out a detaining hand. If you don't mind, we'll go over to your house. I'd like to talk to your wife. Gordon dumbly acquiesced. What is that? Acquiescent? Gordon dumbly acquiesced. Harried and haunted by grisly forebodings, he knew not which way to turn, and welcomed anything that promised aid. Also, Prime, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. We drove over in his car, and scarcely a word was spoken on the way. Gordon was sunk in moody ruminations, and Kerwin had withdrawn himself into some strange aloof domain of thought beyond my ken. He sat like a statue, his dark, vital eyes staring into space, not blankly, but as one who looks with understanding in some far realm. Though I counted the man as my best friend, I knew but little of his past. He had come into my life as abruptly and unannounced as Joseph Rollock had come into life of Evelyn Ash. I had met him at the Wanderers Club, which is composed of the drift of the world, travelers, eccentrics, and all manners of men whose paths lie outside the beaten tracks of life. I had been attracted to him, and was intrigued by his strange powers and deep knowledge. I vaguely knew that he was the black sheep younger son of a titled Irish family, and that he had been walked many strange ways. Gordon's mention of Hungary struck a chord in my memory. One phrase of his life Kerwin had once let drop fragmentarily. I only knew that he had once suffered a bitter grief and a savage wrong, and that it had been in Hungary. But the nature of the episode I did not know. Also, Daichi and Mihoy, thank you for the follows, appreciate it. At Gordon's house, Evelyn met us calmly. showing inner agitation only by the over-restraint of her manner. I saw the beseeching look she stole at her husband. She was a slender, soft-spoken girl whose dark eyes were always vibrant and alight with emotion. The child tried to murder her adored husband. That child tried to murder her adored husband. The idea was monstrous. Again, I was convinced that James Gordon himself was deranged. Following Kirwin's lead, we made a pretense of small talk, as if we had casually dropped in, but I felt that Evelyn was not deceived. Our conversation rang false and hollow, and presently Kirwin said, "Miss Gordon, that is a remarkable ring you are wearing. Do you mind if I look at it?" "I'll have to give you my hand," she laughed. "I've been trying to get it off today, but it won't come off." She held out her slim white hand for Kirwin's inspection, and his face was immobile as he looked at the metal snake that coiled around her slim finger. He did not touch it. I myself was aware of an unaccountable repulsion. There was something almost obscene about the dull copper's reptile wound about the girl's white finger. "It's evil looking, isn't it?" She involuntarily shivered. "At first I liked it, but now I can hardly bear to look at it. If I can get it off, I intend to return it to Joseph, Mr. Rolock." Kirwin was about to make some reply when the doorbell rang. Gordon jumped as if shot, and Evelyn rose quickly. "I'll answer it, Jim. I know who it is." She returned in an instant later, with two more mutual friends. Those inseparable cronies, Dr. Donnelly, whose burly body, jovial manner, and booming voice were combined with as keen a brain as any in the profession, and Bill Bain, elderly, lean, worry, acidly witty. Both were old friends of the Ash family. Dr. Donnelly had ushered Evelyn into the world, and Bain was always Uncle Bill to her. "Howdy, Jim." "Howdy, Mr. Kirwin," or Donnelly. "Hey, O'Donnell, have you got any firearms with you? Last time you nearly blew my head off showing me an old flintlock pistol that wasn't supposed to be loaded." "Dr. Donnelly." We all turned. Evelyn was standing beside a wide table, holding it as if for support. Her face was white. Our badinage ceased instantly. A sudden tension was in the air. "Dr. Donnelly," she repeated, holding her voice steady by an effort. "I sent for you and Uncle Bill for the same reason for which I know Jim was brought. Mr. Kirwin and Michael. There is a matter Jim and I can no longer deal with alone. There's something between us, something black and ghastly and terrible." "What are you talking about, girl?" All the levity was gone from Donnelly's grave voice. "My husband," she choked, then went blindly on. "My husband has accused me of trying to murder him." The silence that fell was broken by Bain's sudden and energetic rise. His eyes blazed and his fists quivered. "You young pup," he shouted at Gordon. "I'll knock the living daylights. Sit down, Bill." Donnelly's huge hand crushed his smaller companion back into his chair. "No use going off half-cooked. Go ahead, honey. We need help. We cannot carry this thing alone." A shadow crossed her cornerly face. "This morning, Jim's arm was badly cut. He said I did it. I don't know. I was handing him the razor, then I must have fainted. At least everything faded away. When I came to myself, he was washing his arm in the lavatory and he accused me of trying to kill him. First time hearing what's he reading? Wow. Oh shit. Cece. Hi Cece. Appreciate the raid. I am doing a reading right now. I'm reading The Haunter of the Ring, which is like an old story, folklore, horror. But Gary Monty, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid, Cece. I love creepypastas. Yeah, I'm giving this one a go. I wish I could read more of the modern ones, but I'm too cautious about like copyright and stuff. But thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you. Hope you were doing well. Hope your birthday was a ton of fun too. Hope you got to have that cake you were talking about. I believe you said you were having a cake. Yeah, I hope stream was nice. Oh, you're playing Valorant? I've been seeing you play that more lately. Yeah. Hope you're having fun with that. I am terrible at Valorant. But this story, so far the rundown is that there is a man that has a wife and he's having problems because she keeps gaslighting him when she's trying to kill him. But I guess she's like cursed or something. So they're coming down to like a solution of like why it's happening. You think it might be a ring that's on her finger? It's like a really oldie, like really old type of horror. Yeah, gaslighting. Let's see. We need help. We cannot carry this thing alone. A shadow crossed her comely face. Or comely face. This morning Jim's arm was badly cut. He said I did it. I don't know. I was handing him the razor. Then I must have fainted. At least everything faded away. When I came to myself, he was washing his arm in the lavatory and he accused me of trying to kill him. Why, the young fool, barked the belligerent Bane. Hasn't he sense enough to know that if you did cut him, it was an accident? Shut up, won't you? Sorted Dudley. Honey, did you say you fainted? That isn't like you. I've been having fainting spells, she answered. Fainting spells. The first time was when we were in the mountains, and Jim fell down a cliff. See what I mean? We were standing on the edge, and everything went black, and when my sight cleared, he was rolling down the slope. She shuddered at the recollection. Then, when I lost control of the car and it crashed into the tree, you remember, Jim called you over. Dr. Donnelly nodded his head ponderously. I don't remember you ever having fainting spells before. But Jim says I pushed him over the cliff, she cried hysterically. He says I tried to run him down in the car. He says I purposely slashed him with a razor. Dr. Donnelly turned perplexedly toward the wretched Gordon. How about it, son? God help me, Gordon burst out in agony. It's true. Why, you lying hound. It was Bane who gave tongue, leaping again to his feet. If you want a divorce, why don't you get it in a decent way instead of resorting to these despicable tactics? Damn you, roared Gordon, lunging up and losing control of himself completely. If you say that, I'll tear your jugular out. Evelyn screamed. Donnelly grabbed Bane ponderously and banged him back into his chair with no overly gentle touch, and Kerwin laid a hand lightly on Gordon's shoulders. The man seemed to crumble into himself. He sank back into his chair and held out his hand gropingly toward his wife. Evelyn, he said, his voice thick with laboring emotion. You know I love you. I feel like a dog, but God help me, it's true. If we go on this way, I'll be a dead man. And you? Don't say it, she screamed. I know you wouldn't lie to me, Jim. If you say I tried to kill you, I know I did. But I swear, Jim, I didn't do it consciously. Oh, I must be going mad. That's why my dreams have been so wild and terrifying lately. Oh, what have you dreamed, Mr. Gordon? or Miss Gordon?" asked Kirwin gently. She pressed her hands in her temples and stared dully at him, as if only half comprehending. "A black thing," she muttered. "A horrible, faceless black thing that mows and mumbles and paws over me with monsterly hands. I dream of it every night, and in the daytime, I try to kill the only man I loved. I'm going mad. Maybe I'm already crazy and I don't know it." "Calm yourself, honey," to Dr. Donnelly, which, with all his science, it was only another case of feminine hysteria. "Also, Foss, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it." His matter-of-fact voice seemed to soothe her, and she sighed and drew a wary hand through her damp locks. "We'll talk this all over and everything's going to be okay," he said, drawing a thick cigar from his vast pocket. "Give me a match, honey." She began mechanically. She began mechanically to feel about the table, and just as mechanically Gordon said, "There are matches in the drawer, Evelyn." She opened the drawer and began groping in it, when suddenly, as if struck by recollection and intuition, Gordon sprang up, white-faced, and shouted, No, don't open that drawer, don't." Even as he voiced the urgent cry, she stiffened, as if at the feel of something in the drawer. Her change of expression held us all frozen, even Carolyn. The vital intelligence vanished from her eyes like blown-out flame, and into them came the look Gordon had described as blank. The term was descriptive. Her beautiful eyes were dark wells of emptiness, as if the soul had been withdrawn from behind them. Her hand came out of the drawer holding a pistol, and she fired point blank. Gordon reeled with a groan and went down, blood starting from his head. For a flashing instant, she looked down stupidly at the smoking gun in her hand, like one suddenly waking from a nightmare. Then her wild scream of agony smote our ears. "Oh God, I've killed Jim. I've killed him." "I'm dead, so is he." She reached him before any of us, throwing herself on her knees and cradling his bloody head in her arms, when she sobbed in an unbearable passion of horror and anguish. The emptiness was gone from her eyes. They were alive and dilated with grief and terror. I was making toward my prostrate friend with Donnelly and Brian, but Kirwin caught my arm. His face was no longer immobile. His eyes glittered with a controlled savagery. "Leave him to them. Leave him to them," he snarled. "We are hunters, not healers. Lead me to the house of Joseph Rolock." I did not question him. We drove there in Gordon's car. I had the wheel, and something about the grim face of my companion caused me to hurl the machine recklessly through the traffic. "Also, Kaya, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it." I had the sensation of being part of the traffic drama, I had the sensation of being part of a tragic drama which was hurtling with headlong speed toward a terrible climax. I wrenched the car to a grinding halt at the curb before the building where Rolock lived in a bizarre apartment high above the city. The very elevator that shot us skyward seemed imbued with something of Carowin's driving urge for haste. I pointed out Rolock's door, and he cast it open without knocking and shouldered his way in. I was close at his heels. Damn. Rolock in a dressing gown of Chinese silk worked with dragons, was lounging on a divan, puffing quickly at a cigarette. He sat up. overturning a wine glass which stood with a half-filled bottle at his elbow. Before Kirwin could speak, I burst out with our news. James Gordon has been shot. He sprang at his feet. Shot? When? When did she kill him? She? I glared in bewilderment. How did you know? With a steely hand, Kirwin thrust me aside, and as the men faced each other, I saw recognition flare up in Rollock's face. They made a strong contrast. Kirwin, tall, pale with some white-hot passion. Rollock, slim, darkly handsome, with the Saracenic arc of his slim brows above his black eyes. I realized that whatever else occurred, it lay between those two men. They were not strangers. I could sense like a tangible thing the hate that lay between them. John Kirwin, softly whispered Rollock. You remember me, Joseph Rollock. Only an iron control kept Kirwin's voice steady. The other merely stared at him without speaking. Years ago, said Kirwin, more deliberately, when we delved in the dark mysteries together in Budapest, I saw whither you were drifting. I drew back. I would not descend to the foul depths of forbidden occultism and diabolism to which you sank. And because I would not, you despised me, and you robbed me of the only woman I ever loved. You turned her against me by means of your vile arts, and then you degraded and debauched her, sank her into your own foul slime. I had killed you with my hands then, Joseph Rollock, vampire by nature, as well as my name that you are, but your arts protected you from physical vengeance. But you have trapped yourself at last. Kirwin's voice rose in fierce exultation. All his cultured restraints had been swept away from him, leaving a primitive, elemental man, raging and gloating over a hated foe. You sought the destruction of James Gordon and his wife because she unwittingly escaped your snare. You... Rollock shrugged his shoulders and laughed. You are mad. I have not seen the Gordons for weeks. Why blame me for their family troubles? Kirwin snarled. Liar as always. What did you say just now when O'Donnell told you Gordon had been shot? When did she kill him? You were expecting to hear that the girl had killed her husband. Your psychic powers had told you that a climax was close at hand. You were nervously awaiting news of the success of your devilish scheme. But I did not need a slip of your tongue to recognize your handiwork. I knew as soon as I saw the ring on Evelyn Gordon's finger. The ring she could not remove. The ancient and accursed ring of Thoth Amon, handed down by foul cults of sorcerers since the days of forgotten Stygia. I knew that ring was yours, and I knew by what ghastly rights you came to possess it. And I knew its power. Once she put it on her finger. In her innocence and ignorance, she was in your power. By your black magic, you summoned the black elemental spirit, the haunter of the ring. Out of the gulfs of night and the ages, here in your cursed chamber you performed unspeakable rituals to drive Evelyn Gordon's soul from her body, and to cause the body to be possessed by that godless spirit from outside the human universe. Also, Soma, thank you so much for the follow. She was too clean and wholesome. Her love for her husband too strong for the fiend to gain complete and permanent possession of her body. Only for a brief instant could it drive her own spirit into the void and animate her form. But that was enough for your purpose. But you have brought ruin upon yourself by your vengeance. Kerwin's voice rose to a feline screech. What was the price demanded by your friend, by the fiend you drew from the pits? You blench. Joseph Vrolak is not the only man to have learned forbidden secrets. After I left Hungary, a broken man, I took up again the study of the black arts to trap you. You cringing serpent. I explored the ruins of Zimbabwe, the lost mountains of Inner Mongolia, and the forgotten jungle islands of the southern seas. I learned what sickens my soul so that I forswore occultism forever. But I learned of the black spirit that deals death by the hand of a beloved one and is controlled by a master of magic. But, Joseph Vrolak, you are not an adept. You have not the power to control the fiend you have invoked, and you have sold your soul. The Hungarian tore at his collar as if it were a strangling noose. His face had changed, as if a mask had dropped away. He looked much older. You lie, he painted it. I did not promise him my soul. I did not lie. Kerwin's shriek was shocking in its wild exultation. I know the price a man must pay for calling forth the nameless shape that roams the ghosts of darkness. Look, there in the corner behind you, a nameless, sightless thing is laughing, is mocking you. It has fulfilled its bargain, and it has come for you, Joseph Vrolak. No, no, shrieked Vrolak, tearing his limp collar away from his sweating throat. His composure had crumbled, and his demoralization was sickening to see. I tell you, it was not my soul. I promised it a soul, but not my soul. He must take the soul of the girl, or of James Gordon. Fool, roared Kerwin. Do you think he could take the souls of innocents? That he would not know they were beyond his reach? The girl and the youth he could kill. Their souls were not his to take or yours to give, but your black soul is not beyond his reach, and he will have his wage. Look, he is materializing behind you. He is growing out of thin air. Was it the hypnosis inspired by Kerwin's burning words that caused me to shudder and grow cold? To feel an icy chill that was not of earth pervade the room? Was it a trick of light and shadow that seemed to produce the effects of a black what is this? The effect of a black anthropomorphic shadow on the wall behind the Hungarian? No, by heaven, it grew, it swelled. Vrolak had not turned. He stared at Kerwin with eyes starting from his head. Hair standing stiffly on his scalp, sweat dripping from his livid face. Kerwin's cry started shudders down my spine. Look behind you, fool. I see him. He has come. He is here. His gristly mouth gapes in awful laughter. His misshapen paws reach for you. Or misshapen. And then at last Vrolak wheeled, with an awful shriek, throwing his arms above his head in gesture of wild despair. And for one brain-shattering instant, he was blotted out by a great black shadow. Kerwin grasped my arm, and we fled from that accursed chamber, blind with horror. The same paper which bore a brief item telling of James Gordon having suffered a slight scalp wound by the accidental discharge of a pistol in his home headlined the sudden death of Joseph Rolock, wealthy and eccentric clubman, in his sumptuous apartments, apparently from a heart failure. I read it at breakfast while I drank cup after cup of black coffee from a hand that was not too steady. Even after the lamps of a night across the table from me, Kirwan likewise seemed to lack appetite. He brooded as he roamed again through bygone years. Gordon's fantastic theory of reincarnation was wild enough, I said at least, but the actual facts were still more incredible. Tell me, Kirwan, was that last scene the result of hypnosis? Was it the power of your words that made me seem to see a black horror grow out of thin air and rip Joseph Rolock's soul from his living body? He shook his head. No human hypnotism would strike that black-hearted devil dead on the floor. No. There are beings outside the ken of common humanity, foul shapes of transcosmic evil. Such a one it was the which Vrolock dealt. Such a one it was with which Vrolock dealt. But how could it claim his soul? I persisted. If indeed such an awful bargain had been struck, it had not fulfilled its part. But James Gordon was not dead, but merely knocked senseless. Vrolock did not know, answered Kirwan. He thought that Gordon was dead, but I convinced him that he himself had been trapped, and was doomed. In his demoralization, he fell easy prey to the thing he called forth. It, of course, was always watching for a moment of weakness on his part. The power of darkness never deal fairly with human beings. He who traffics with them is always cheated in the end. It's a mad nightmare, I muttered. But it seems to me, then, that you, as much as anything else, brought about Vrolock's death. It is gratifying to think so. Kirwan answered. Evelyn Gordon is safe now, and it is a small repayment for what he did to another girl, years ago, and in a far, far country. And that was The Haunter of the Ring. The Haunter of the Ring. Actually pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Damn. Big damn. So crazy. So, if you ever get a ring, make sure that you are definitely not being, cursed. Make sure you are not being cursed. I think that is a good thing to go by. Very good must. A very good must. Cursed ring, hell yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave you guys with Vane. I would go for someone who's doing ASMR right now, but I don't see anyone that I personally know, so I'd rather not leave you guys with a stranger. Look at me being a good dad. Or a good Rynako, a good Oshi. Papa Vane is playing Zenless Zero, so I'll go ahead and leave you guys with him. Yep. So let's go ahead and raid into Vane. I don't know if he's ending right now. Too late. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna still raid him. If you guys want to use the message, the copy and paste message, we have a subbed version and a non-subbed version. Feel free to join the Discord if you'd like. I stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. For those of you who came by during the readings, I don't do this that often, but Saturdays I'm trying to have more of a what's it called? I'm trying to have more of a different routine. So doing different things and such. So I want Saturdays to be a little bit different from games. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by. Remember, there's a sub version and non-sub version. I'm gonna leave you guys with Vane. Great reading, narrating. Thank you, thank you. Request queue? Oh no, I don't think it's hitting because I took it off. Yeah. Save it for next week. Yeah, yeah. It was so coming, I dozed off. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we'll do more of these sort of things some other time. But I will see you guys on Tuesday. Stay safe, stay cool. I know it's hot right now. But yeah, I'll be seeing you guys later. Have fun with Vane. It was very comforting, glad to hear.